Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video over on the channel by the name of LeaIsChill. Last time we covered 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross on the channel, we did end up quitting because I was kind of going through a time in my life where I was trying to disconnect from a lot of gacha games and trying to get better in terms of my daily routines. And so something had to give. And so I quit roughly about 8 gachas at once and tried to get better off in my routines. And then once I got a full-time position, I was rerolling in my pocket for 7 Deadly Sins to try to get it basically just a really good account during the 4th anniversary. So during that time, roughly around this time of the year last year, I was in a full-time position, just kind of rerolling in my pocket, trying to do my best, and got really lucky. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to finish off the main story of 7 Deadly Sins and show off kind of the content in the game right now. I wanted to show off a couple of the new characters they've added to the game. So there's a couple of... They've added a new units that start at UR rarity. And so it's kind of hard to discuss because it's not quite LRs. LRs, they've actually introduced a completely different LR system right here in changing a lot of the coin units up to LR. So it's not even that. It's just a lot of the units that are going to be the highest tier and highest premium will come by default at UR these days. So kind of cool. And that Escanor is absolutely incredible. They have 2 really cool, the ultimate, the ones here, which is sick fucking nasty. Oh my god. He just has such an aura that I really wanted to reroll for him. And so we're probably also going to be finishing up the last multi for Escanor here and getting the, I believe you get a, I thought it was a free outfit, but it looks like this is just going to be a free copy of him. Regardless, we're just going to go ahead and run through the end of this main story segment here. I was basically bashing my head against some of the hardest content in the game to make sure I can finish the story in time for the video today. So as you can see here, if you've actually seen the anime, this is the epilogue to the epilogue scene where Tristan shows up and then is like, oh, the Sins are super evil. For a starter, he's almost as short as me. That's definitely your dad, my little guy. Sorry to admit, the truth is you are definitely related. What do you want for your birthday? Legendary sword? No. And obviously they're doing like the epilogue section for 7 Deadly Sins to lead into the future. So let's just go ahead and check out a cutscene.
では、俺から特別な贈り物をあげちゃおう。大罪人と呼ばれた7つの大罪の真実の物語を。
And here we get to go through all the memories of the anime and everything they did. You know, I really do enjoy 7 Deadly Sins for like the dopaminergic, like cool power-up style. Less so for the depth of emotion that it ends up providing to me. Even so though, it has like a special place in my heart, I think.
本気で自分の父親を大悪党と信じ込めたもんだ。教えなかったパパ上が悪いんだ。僕は悪くない。2人ともお昼よ。ああ。それにしてもお前は一体どんな大人になっていくことやら。
I'm curious too.
未来のことなんて誰にもわからないよ。そうだな。でもよ、逆に言い換えりゃ。お前の未来は無限に広がっているんだよ。あの空みてえに。でもどうせ僕は王様にならなくちゃいけないんでしょ。別に他のものになりたきゃそれでいいさ。本当？もちろん聖騎士だっていいんだぜ。それなら僕もう決まってるよ。
He grabs the hand.
7つの大罪。
Yeah! And that is just precious. I have seen the Four Knights of the Apocalypse, the first season. So I actually haven't seen Tristan show back up inside the Seven Deadly Sins Holy Knights story. So I'm really excited to see his grown-up version and stuff like that. But obviously you can see here, the story that began with Elizabeth's desperate search for the heroes to save Leonis has finally come to an end. But the end of one journey marks the beginning of another. The story of the heroes carry on the legacy of the Seven Deadly Sins begins anew. And it goes right into it. They immediately dropped the Holy Knights of the Apocalypse story right into the game. But everything inside it is going to be like much harder than the main story, so it's going to be kind of hard to progress. Aww. I remember recognizing his voice, but I don't quite remember exactly where. I guess I just play the entire story straight. Chop. They're basically like adapting a comedy anime now. Oh, he is All for One. That's where I recognized it from. I was just Googling that while we were watching this. But of course, the demon mark just always is there. Oh man. I've only seen the first 12 episodes that happened on Netflix, so I actually don't know a lot of where the story's gonna go for Holy Knights of the Apocalypse, or the Four Knights of the Apocalypse. But regardless, I'm really excited to play the game here. I didn't realize they were gonna have a little like cutesy Percival, but they did drop Percival here inside the game as well as an actual character, so I kind of figured that they would have dropped the story. I didn't know that they immediately dropped it after the end of the main story though. But we are going to go ahead and claim our 30 diamonds here and toss a multi to finish off this Escanor banner right here, because obviously we're going to go ahead and hit pity. So let's see if we could potentially get a little bit more luck. I don't think that's going to happen though. They've actually added a new animation inside the game, which is the like true Demon King Meliodas. So he gets like the white outfit and wings in the middle of the summon animation. I've only gotten it once, but it was pretty rad. I can't lie. Obviously it's not going to happen here. And that is just how it is. All right, give me my Escanor. I am satisfied and done. And that is definitely going to be a 2 out of 6. So this game has basically become like non-stop festivals, and a lot of the units in the game that do matter will end up being the festivals at all times. Right here, getting a second dupe of him will actually do so much for not only his stats, but he also gets, I think it's from 5% to 10% all stats for himself. So just pretty solid in general. They have also added a couple more difficult events as of recent to try and make it so the game has a little bit more longevity. So if you used to play back in the day like I did, literally this week, as of adding, I guess last week, as of adding Percival, they added a new level to the SP dungeons as well. And so it's pretty significant just how much you can actually get done there. You can see here, I do have the Tower of God collab just sitting here. I love Tower of God a shit ton, so this just kind of makes a ton of sense for me to hop into. Does he have voice? He referenced Jinsaw Hung. Nice. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and pop into this. Bon is one of my strongest units right now, but I kind of want to show off the URs at the moment. So we're going to pop Viol in the front slot and kind of hop on into this. But Seven Deadly Sins is the kind of game where early on, the power scaling became ridiculous. And so as the game has continued to age and has continued to grow, a lot of the characters that you'll find, they're kind of all based on their passives. And so the passives that exist inside the game have basically just become 2 paragraphs long, if not more. You can see here, he gets Burning Sun at the start of the turn. If he does not take more than 50% damage, he gets... Wait. For 1 turn, the hero does not take more than 50% of their max HP. So that's it. And then all heroes also gain 5% for each applicable ally that is human, and 7 Deadly Sins. So he is absolutely crazy. And his multipliers are insane. So Viol has a defense down on his basic card. So we get the defense down. How hard will Escanor hit? That's 360k. And that's without the extra splash damage that happens at the end of the phase that he has guaranteed too. Because after he uses his card, he'll also splash to every other enemy with the damage. Arthur here as well, he's another UR character they dropped inside the game for the end of the story. And so he has another 5% basic stats for all human allies. He applies Call of Chaos on the hero if a human ally gains 1 orb in their alt charge by moving a skill, using a skill, or increasing the rank of a skill. And then when Call of Chaos is removed, if it has stacked the maximum number of times, he gets Chaos Control, which will give him even more damage and remove 2 debuffs, and deal 25% of the hero's max HP as additional damage. So he's also absolutely insane. Frankly, I kind of just want to see his max capacity. So we're going to buff Arthur. We're going to toss the Flood card here, so it's going to do a bunch of damage. And then this one, if they have any debuffs, it'll do 2 times crit damage and 2 times crit chance. So let's see if we get a crazy crit. Heck, even the AoE card just did like 250k. And slam for 450. But yeah, the numbers have gotten so crazy inside this game. I remember... I think the time that I spent the most time grinding this game was when the first Slime collab dropped. And so it was literally within the first couple of months of the game coming out. And those units, I remember they kind of felt underwhelming. And it's because they were so afraid of getting to this point. This singularity, which is the 5th anniversary, where every single character has infinite passive lengths, and like their passives require you to have like a university level reading degree or reading level to be able to understand half of the shit it's trying to say to you. And when it comes to PvP, a lot of the game has kind of become, well, I guess it's kind of always been this way, but whoever goes first wins. And that's just kind of become even more overwhelming as time has went on, especially with a character I don't have on the field right now, which is the blue demon melee. But here, so we have our buffs on our characters right now. I'm probably just going to do the defense debuff. I'm going to... See, this card is good because it ignores defenses, but I really want to see the kind of damage that Retribution does. So let's try that out, and then we'll have a debuff on him, so obviously Arthur's Big Slash will do a great job. But this is the kind of level that now for SP dungeons, you can't really auto it all that easily. These dragons, if you don't steal their ultimates, and if you don't try and stop them, they will pretty much just body you. Unfortunately, we didn't kill here, so we might see a little bit of bodying happen. How much will this do? Well, it didn't do all that much, like 40k. No crit though. It's chill. Getting less chill. It's okay. He only does 3 attacks in a turn, so we just gotta make sure we beat him this one. We'll pop the Escanor. 2-star, and honestly, that should kill by itself. I think there might be... No, this is the last dragon. Oh, right, he also does instantly revive the first time he dies. Forgot that was a thing. And there you go. Jeez. The human team has honestly gotten pretty crazy, and I've always been a huge fan of the Escanors inside games like these. I even hopped on the Tower of God. What's the Netmarble one? Great Journey is the other one. New World, I think it's called. I hopped on New World because they dropped the one Escanor into the game, and I was like, I kind of want to check that out. But one more thing I wanted to show off inside this video. Let's actually toss together a Sins team right now and see what we want to do. So we already have that melee. I'm probably going to toss the one on the team right there. And then I need one more 7 Deadly Sin. Maybe I just do take Bon. Bon is mostly for the mono-human team. He specializes there, and kinda, in most situations, you're not going to be using him on a Sins team. But we're just going to hop on into this. Let me actually give the one his actual set. They can swap back and forth, and obviously it just kind of saves between. But we're just going to hop into another match against this dragon and show off the other demon melee. Because they did drop the other demon melee, and he is the first proper UR inside the game. And so he was built different. Once again, passive, 2 whole paragraphs. Basically, so when an ally uses an attack skill, targets receive Seed of the End. And then when the stacks max, the target's stances are removed and the hero gains 1 dark energy. In addition, they gain 7% stats for every applicable ally participating in the battle, and when the hero's dark energy reaches 4 stacks, removes all of them and gains all creation. So it literally creates 3 brand new terminologies to be able to create a passive that is insane. But that's not going to matter right now, because we're just going to go ahead and crush this guy in front of us. The one, he's basically just a heavy DPS. He'll just do a shit ton of damage with his main attacks, and it'll also splash to enemies on the sides. Bon is made to be like the crazy crit damage dealer. But Melly really wants to take hits, and so I might just... I'm going to do this, and I'm also going to get rid of his crit. So the Escanor card, less HP I have, the more damage it deals, so it's not going to do very much. And this applies Mark of Concentration, which makes it so the enemy can't crit no matter what he does. I would like you to hit Melly, though. Thank you. He actually does the extort like the old coin Bond did. But we gain 2 more dark energies, and so he's going to be a lot stronger. He currently has 2 Seraphs above his thing, Seraphs at the end. Owarino Seraphs, if you will. And this should just kill. Bah. There you go. And that's AoE. So like this dark energy he's applying to the entire enemy team is also just giving him even more dark energy buffs. And now he actually has all creation. And all creation actually doesn't signify what it does here. I gotta scroll to the bottom of his passive again. Attack-related stats plus 50%, all debuffs are removed from himself, and all skill ranks are increased. Which means this is about to really, really, really hurt this man. So first, pop an Escanor card just to be able to get rid of it. Ready for the ultimate aura? Ba-da-da-da-da-da! And it hits for 1,000,000. And that's just off of having his passive proc once, without any extra buffs on him, and without a defense debuff. And so he was just kind of introduced and built different. Unfortunately, we don't have the all creation buff right now, but we probably will just do concentration, 3-star melee card and Bon, and honestly, this should destroy anyway. This boss is green, but melee really doesn't care. He doesn't have all creation, obviously, so it's only gonna do half the damage. And first phase didn't die. Unfortunately, the Seraph of the End doesn't count as a debuff for Bon's specialty. Because they built Bon to be really, like, cracked as well, where every additional debuff the target has, up to 7, will increase his crit damage. And so if you can stack up 7 debuffs on the enemies, it'll do, like, a solid 1.4 million on a casual enemy anytime. And he's really scary because of it, frankly. I'm actually probably gonna do Mark, kill with Bon, and then see what kind of aura damage Melly can do here. So, first stock is done. Bon crits for not too great. And there we go. Yeah, no, this Melly was introduced, and I feel like a lot of the skill, like the power levels just kind of instantly got pushed up by a lot. And every single unit that's dropped since this Melly has dropped has had a 2-paragraph long passive. And I just gotta respect it. It's just the power scaling we've gotten to. It is really hard to keep up with this game if you were to try and keep up using your wallet, because you have to go to 900 pity on pretty much any banner to be able to guarantee a unit. And so a lot of people won't even start pulling on a banner until they can know that they'll get 900 by the end of the season. Obviously, this one ends on July 1st, so plenty of time still. It's currently June 23rd, my birthday, actually. So obviously, that's just how it is. And then they drop a lot of these more like premium units into banners at 600 pity, and then you can just select whatever you want to out of it. The banners are still so big and such a heavy investment to be able to get what you want to. I'm actually gonna pop into a final boss run just so we can chat about some stuff, and then we'll chill for today. I kind of do want to do my human team. Maybe I'll do the new Escanor. I'll toss Viol on the team because I like him a lot. And Arthur back row actually won't help us all that much, but I just kind of want to have Yuri in the front because it sounds kind of fun. So let's just hop right in. But yeah, when you have to go 30 pulls, I guess, okay, it's 30 gems to get a pull. It would be 10 multis to get halfway to pity, and then it would be 20 multis to get to 600 on a premium banner. When it comes to fest banners, it would be, in that case, 30 straight multis of just duds. And I've went entire banners back in the day when I used to play this game, where I would just get absolutely nothing for the entire time. And it gets rather painful when you get to like 740 on a banner and you realize that you've done like 24 multis and you haven't gotten a single copy of the character that's the main featured. It really makes you feel like saving up for these units and stuff like that is... It's a chore to save up and make sure you can guarantee them. But even beyond being a chore, it is like so frustrating to be dealing with pretty much every single time you want to get a new character, you have to go to pity unless you just get really, really lucky. Because a lot of these units are dropping on like 0.5% banners, and the max version of a unit would be at 6 out of 6. And at 6 out of 6, you've pulled straight up like 5 additional copies of the character at a 0.5% rate. It's really hard to catch up and keep up if they keep on dropping fest banners every 2 weeks or so. Unfortunately, Yuri died, but it doesn't matter that much. I actually am gonna buff here. I'm gonna pop the Arthur card, and then I'm probably just gonna pop the other Escanor to make sure we kill Meli this turn and go into the boss fully buffed. Because final bosses are always 2 phases. First one where they're kind of lame, second one where they get like a cool outfit. Oh yeah, it also caves in. Ah, so spooky. All right, and we're just gonna go ahead and rock on through this. I did disable the no ult, so I can just ult freely as much as I want to here. I'm probably gonna do that, and I'm also gonna aura right into Meli and try and see if I can kill him. Never mind. Holy fucking shit. Escanor just ulted for 3 million and just destroyed all 3 of them in one swift movement. I gotta respect it. And that's the new banner unit. So power levels always go crazy. They also did drop, I believe he was UR. Here, I gotta go to the demon tab. No, actually, he didn't drop as a UR. They did drop the Demon King here, and so he also is one of those ones that has like a really, really long passive, but he's kind of made so he can make the Demon Meli into something crazy in PvP. So the team that you would run is typically the Blue Meli, this Demon King, and then either a combo of the crazy Demon Kuzak or there's an Estarossa that's blue. Yes, this one. I've seen those kind of teams running around in PvP, and PvP has honestly gotten really, really scary. So right now I run the human team, and the human team is, I would say, off meta. They pretty much always buff the human team to be comparable to the demon team during a certain occasion, and then they'll just drop a new unit afterwards. We're gonna do 1 PvP here. Then I'll just drop 1 unit that just like bodies the entire human team, and the demons get back on top. I believe the next unit that drops inside this game is going to be a red Chandler, which is for the demon team. And apparently it's going to be so crazy strong that it's going to make it so the human team basically has no chance. Here, we're currently fighting a mirror for another human team. The first one I would usually focus is the... I actually do like to focus the Escanor. This green Escanor, whenever he gets his ultimate, he'll get rid of all of his debuffs on him. And so one of the biggest problems I run into is if you let him get the momentum, he'll be getting ultimates like every 2 turns. And it doesn't work for a team that requires debuffs like my team does. Bond specializes in debuffs. Arthur does double crit chance when he has a debuff on an enemy. And so he really does want that Escanor dead, so I can keep on debuffing every single turn and not care. And in PvP, you can kind of figure out like the targets to focus first turn and stuff like that. I think most of the time you would focus the blue Meli in most of the battles you have, and then you have to make sure the Demon King, the dark one I showed, dies second turn. If the Demon King doesn't die second turn, he gets like crazy criticals and stuff, and he becomes basically unkillable. I'm probably gonna do Chaos, AoE, and then I'm just gonna slash right on through Bon, I think. This should do a lot of damage. That did not do nearly any at all, actually. Did I not have any Calls of Chaos? I thought I did. And Kacha! 48k, not too bad. My Bond had the Mark of Concentration, so I didn't even use any of his cards. Mark of Concentration just makes it so the character basically can't crit whatsoever. So it's a death sentence to a lot of the units that really need crits to survive. They dropped a Zeldris very early on into the game that relied on crits. And so he would basically be destroyed by Mark of Concentration. They dropped an LR version of him. I don't know if he has like any cleanses for concentration, but my Bon is dead. Oh, he actually did mark my Escanor, so I'm not going to be able to crit with him this turn. Which like halves my DPS, if not worse. Honestly, what I might do is move that over, pop the Escanor card on the Bon to try and make sure it does as much damage as possible. Oh wait, it was pulled to the Arthur because he has the taunt. Okay. Okay. He got bodied this turn, and then my Arthur was able to just pick it up. You can see I'm also running the Levi right here. I did play during the, I think it's the second Attack on Titan collab, and so I do have a copy of Levi, but every other character I'm currently missing, unfortunately. I think we're actually fighting, here. Is this an Aaron? Yeah, it's an Aaron. And they did drop him with, like, the Season 4 content. So he has a couple of really cool things and the Kruger haircut. And there you go. Fortunately, it wasn't a Demon Melee team, so I wasn't able to show off, like, the actual versus match that I wanted to. But PvP has gotten very, very, very weird. And I kind of just got to respect it. I'm mostly playing this game because I do have an intention to very, very soon record the entire story to toss up so that when this game does close, I'm able to at least look back on the fond memories of all the different cutscenes and the adaptation of the original anime done in the 3D CG form that they did here with Netmarble. I'm actually a big fan of it. I've always been a fan of how they've been adapting the story. And they did justice to pretty much everything leading into the end of the story. Let's just toss on like a Demon King cutscene, and then we'll wrap up for today. So, reason for leaving? No, so this is just more stuff. Great battle. So this is the Demon King. I want to watch like the crazy end cutscene. With everything we've got. Let's watch this. And we'll wrap up for today. I mean, I thought it would actually show a proper cutscene. Maybe this one? Here we go. Yeah! Some of these are really obviously just ultimates. That one isn't. There's no way for you to erase the feelings that's deep in our hearts. Thanks, Gauther. Appreciate that. Blah. He just gets to check in one more time. And that doubles the power. Oh! Dude is playing volleyball and setting to himself. And the spike. Yeah! And that's just how it is. I really do think they do a lot of good justice with it. And for like a mobile game budget, I think that they've done a really good job with these 3D CGs as the time has went on as well. Obviously, I want to archive all of it and have a proper discussion about everything they did that I think is personally better than the Dragons of Judgment anime, but I'm going to save that for a proper video that I'm going to construct for myself a little bit later. For now, I just kind of want to check in with this game, chat about it a little bit, and kind of see where it's at the moment. I do think that this game likely has another like year and a half in it right now, with the current Holy Knights of the Apocalypse story, alongside Seven Deadly Sins Origins coming out, which is going to be also by Netmarble, but more of a Genshin Impact open world exploration style of game. So they do seem to be doing a lot with the license still, and I'm excited to see what they do in the future. Obviously, I can't respect Netmarble for their style of monetization and how expensive multis are, and the need to put 900 into every single banner, but I'm here to play free to play and enjoy the content as long as it's here to stay. Thanks for watching, take it easy, and bye for now.